And what is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. We are live and amplified here on this Wednesday night, and we have got a lot to get to. We've got Roosevelt High School boys basketball state champions. We'll talk some high school baseball. Alexander Mattison of the Miami Dolphins will check in with two more I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month. Let's see what else. We're going to hear from Cam Bynum, Centennial High School product, just signed a big contract with the Indianapolis Colts. Man, so happy for Cam and his family. Then we'll talk a lot of basketball. Big news with CBU. UCR playing in the NIT last night on the road at Santa Clara. We're going to hear from SBVC head coach Quincy Brewer, and we're going to wrap it up with Lamont Butler, the pride of Riverside Poly High School. Remember, he's a March Madness legend. He led San Diego State to a national championship game. Now he's with the Kentucky Wildcats trying to get Kentucky in the finals after they can go on a March Madness run here. So we got a lot to get to, but first we're going to start with some high school basketball and our Big Boost play of the week. It was really, really easy thanks to this guy.
Inland Sports.
The Big Boost play of the week comes to you from the Golden One Center in Sacramento, the home of my Sacramento Kings. But the star up there was Braden Burries of the Roosevelt boys basketball team, your CIF State Open Division champions of the world, easily beating Archbishop Reardon from San Francisco. Burries went for 44 points, 12 rebounds in the state championship game. It was a historic night for Burries and the Mustangs. Remember, last year Roosevelt went to the state semifinals in the Open Division. This year they get the job done, and they are the clear best team in California, probably the best team in the nation as well, if you're asking me. And Braden Burries is a McDonald's All-American, bringing us the Big Boost play of the week because he went off in that state championship game. We had a chance to catch up with Roosevelt head coach Stephen Singleton to talk about Burries, talk about the season, and the state championship. Here is Coach Singleton.
Inland Sports.
Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He's the head coach of your CIF Open Division state champions, Stephen Singleton from Roosevelt boys basketball, ERHS. And Coach, congrats, state championships, Open Division. You got the job done Saturday night up at Golden One Center in Sacramento. My first question is, that championship trophy, do you get to at least take it home for one night for the weekend and take it to school? Like, where is that right now?
It's back at school. It was with me this weekend. It was, in my hotel room. I had it in the place where my wife would sleep, and I came to the bed and she had it moved. I was like, I'm trying to sleep with that, but it was with us on the bus ride home, secured, and then stayed with me for until I brought it back to school today. And right now it's in our AD's office in a safe spot until I'm able to move that back into my classroom.
All right, Coach Singleton, now that the journey is over and you guys have the Open Division state championship, is it safe to say from the very start for Rosie, it was state championship or bust, right? Like, I mean, you guys felt like coming so close last year. I think it was the SoCal, championship game, one win away from the state finals. It was Open Division state title or bust, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We had a goal set after last year where we came up a little short, and to get back there, but not just to get back there, but to win it. And our boys achieved that huge goal this year, and super proud of this whole season and what we accomplished.
Now, Coach, these Roosevelt basketball games, they were like the hottest ticket in town, man, across the IE, like sellout crowds. You had, big name athletes, celebrities coming through there. What was that environment like at ERHS, just having that fan support and just knowing the campus, the community was behind you?
Unbelievable. Like, they were really huge for us this year in our home gym there at Roosevelt. The crowd was rocking. They were coming in groves. We had lines from the gym doors all the way down, all the way across our campus. People lining up to get into our games, and then having Jaden Daniels there was huge. He's a San Bernardino kid and really close to the Burries family. And then Draymond Green, you know what I mean, and some other big boy was there too. He was there supporting Sierra Canyon, but I think he became a fan of ours. And It was great. It was great for our community. It was great for our school and our student section and just our fans in general to be out there and really giving us that home court advantage this season. And it was a party inside our gym.
Now, Coach, I know with your Roosevelt program, not just this season, but seasons prior, you guys travel a lot. You play really good, high-quality opponents. So playing a tough team at a neutral site in a big arena, or just, arena period, it's not foreign to you guys. You've kind of been in those spots before. So what was kind of the preparation like, the couple of days going into that state championship game, knowing that you're going to play in an NBA arena, which a lot of you guys have already, been in those kind of situations before. But do you do anything differently in terms of prep, knowing that, the title's on the line, it's a huge arena, all eyes are on you?
You know what? The honest truth is we prepare ourselves back in, November and December to be ready to play in big games like that. But, for us, it was, we played some big games in the beginning of the year in arenas. We went to the TARC Classic, and you get to play in the Orleans. And we played in, a semifinal game in there. So big arena. We played, out in Texas, you know what I mean? Has a big, like the backdrop's just different, in their gyms, and those gyms are huge. We played, the Hoop Hall East, which is, a different type of a kind of a, arena / gym and things like that. So really, our boys, we're not going to be foreign to that backdrop, to playing, in bigger spaces and things like that. And, we just try to prepare our boys and get them mentally ready just to kind of what the atmosphere is going to be like and things like that. And so our boys were ready to go. They were excited about going to the Golden One Center and really putting on a show.
Coach, playing in an arena like that, what does the day before, the day of look like for you? Because I know the CIF, they've got state championship games like one after the other. Do you get a shoot around at the Golden One Center? Like, you just take the floor and play? I mean, because all that, the air, the space behind, the basket, like normally, your basket in 5-10 feet, and there's the wall in your high school gym. But like here, it's like, I don't know if it messes with depth perception. Like, what was that like preparing and just being able to feel comfortable on that floor?
You know what? No, you don't get to go and have a practice, or shoot around anything on their floor. We did play in the Toyota Center here in Ontario for the CIF championship. So that kind of helped us and prepared us, for that. We try to find, maybe like a San Bernardino, University of San Bernardino, maybe to try to practice in there to kind of get some depth perception. We did on our shoot around go up and I want to thank Clovis West High School. We were able to go in there, and they have their walls are not very close to the backboard, so there's the depth perception in that one too that we were able to kind of get out there. But nothing really prepares you, honestly, to step into a NBA arena and an NBA floor and things like that. You just got to kind of keep things as you always have, lock in, do our pregame warm up before the game, and just kind of keep our same routine. And then just trust that you put in work, no matter what it is. It's a 10-foot basket. It's a regulation basketball, Evo, everything's the same. They've been shooting a lot, over their years of playing basketball. So you just got to go in there with the confidence and understand that, the confidence you're going to make shots when you take them. So, and our boys have all the confidence in the world that they're going to knock down those shots.
Coach, let's rewind just for a moment. Back to 2017, you guys won the D1 state championship. What did you learn just through that process about getting to that level, what it takes to win the state championship, maybe just how you handle travel plans to get a team up to Northern California on short notice? I mean, what did you learn about that experience that you think was beneficial for this team this season?
You know what? Just go with the flow. You know what I mean? Don't stress about like the little things about, the travel and all those type of things. We have a great admin team. Our AD kind of takes a care of a lot of those type of things to kind of get our agenda ready, kind of ask me, where do you want to kind of practice? Where do you want to stop to eat and things like that? I have a great assistant coach and Scott Carr who helps a lot with those logistic type of things and lets me just kind of focus on coaching and getting our boys prepared for that with, some of our other coaches. And, it really is just, just kind of just getting ready to go up there. Travel is going to be travel. We're always going up there. And so you kind of enjoy it. It's our last kind of like road trip together, but really, once we kind of get closer to it, it's like it's back on business, you know what I mean? And being locked in on what the goal is to get ready for that game and to win it. And so we kind of just enjoy it, you know what I mean? Enjoy that whole thing and take every, day by day just to enjoy the whole process of it. Cause it's not easy, 2017, what a magical run those guys had too, and never had been there before with that group. And it's kind of the same thing. We honestly, what we did in 2017, we kind of copied it in 2025 this year, practicing at the same place on the road, eating at the same spot across the street from Fresno State, all that. This time, though, it took us a little longer to get up there. We were on a bus ride for 14 hours because they were worried about some snow maybe in the Grapevine, which there was no snow, but our bus driver was a little nervous. And so it took a while to get up there. It was very long, but it is what it is. You got to go with it, and you just get, the biggest thing is to be ready for that game. And so we got up there enough time to play our game, and we took care of business.
Coach, you mentioned something that I want to go back to just real quick about, especially for the seniors, enjoying the moment. Obviously, you're going up there to win the game. All eyes are on you. It's the thing that guys have been working for all season long, is to come home with that CIF Open Division state title. But I mean, how much did you guys talk about, just especially the seniors, guys, this is our last road trip together. These are our last practices together. This is the last time you're going to put on a Roosevelt uniform. Like, do you talk about that much, or do you just try to make sure that they're just dialed in and ready to win a basketball game?
You know what? This year we didn't. I think 2017 we kind of did. Every group's a little bit different. We kind of said, hey, back in 17, last practice, last this. This group is just like they're just like, we're locked into what we need to do. You know what I mean? Like they're hoopers, and they, last practice, last game, whatever, we're just ready to go. And so we didn't really talk about that, last road trip, any of that type of thing. We just kind of stayed locked in on what our goal was. And just continue just to, just enjoy each and every day, each and every practice. Those guys are fun to be around. These guys are just so much fun to be around. They love each other. They love hanging out with each other. They're very competitive. During practices, they go at each other. They're playing one-on-one after we just had a practice because they just love just competing. And so I kind of just sat back like on some of the, downtime and just observe or just watch them, you know what I mean? And just kind of try to soak it all in and just say, hey, man, like for me, this is the last time we're going to be with this group. But for them, they're just in the moment, and let them just enjoy it and kind of let them kind of dictate of how they want things to kind of go, in that. And so, they just they enjoyed their last shoot around together. They enjoyed, that last bus ride together. And, it was extremely just gratifying, and just kind of watching them and observing them and just enjoying every moment of it.
And Coach, talk a little bit about Braden Burries and what he's meant to the program and to the success of the team this season. I mean, I don't feel like I'm, being overly dramatic saying, one of the best high school basketball players we've ever seen come from out of the Inland Empire. And he had 44, in that Open Division state championship game. He's a unique talent. What has he meant to the program and to your team?
Everything, you know what I mean? He is the best basketball player that's ever played at Roosevelt High School. He's just such a talented young man, but he's such a humble young man, right? He really is a family kid who just loves being around his family, but being around his teammates and enjoying the moment. He had probably an opportunity to go into maybe some type of prep school or whatever, but he stayed loyal, and he just wanted to play for a local high school and play with his best friends and his teammates. And he's meant a lot. Like, we love him on campus, all the admin, all the teachers, the students on campus, just love like love him. He's a celebrity on our campus, but he doesn't act like it. You know what I mean? He just goes about his day, goes to class, does what he needs to do. You know, he'll take the pictures with the kids, you know, with the students who ask. You know, he'll walk into a classroom and my little ninth graders will be going crazy, you know, but he kind of just keeps it, hey, how y'all doing? And you know, keeps it rolling. And so he's been amazing for our school, for our community, for the whole IE, and for him to really do it and bring it back home for the whole IE, but then in that spectacular fashion of setting records, dropping 44 points, 12 rebounds, you know, 3 blocks, 2 steals. You know, everything that he was doing was just amazing to sit there and watch and have a front row seat to that was great. I'll never forget it. And so he just means everything. You know what I mean? He's a Roosevelt legend. He'll go down, you know, as the greatest player ever to play for us. And he set a bunch of records, and it will never be forgotten. You know, and I'm just extremely grateful that I got an opportunity to coach him, but to get to build a relationship with him, because he's an amazing young man, you know, off of the court also. And so that's what I love about him, you know. And then he's a you know, extreme competitor. He doesn't want to lose, and he really took this challenge on to be like, hey, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to go out there and win this whole thing. And so he stayed true to what, you know, his goals were and our goals were, and he did it in a fashion I don't think anybody will ever forget.
Yeah, not many teams can say their last game of the season was a victory, right? Going out with a championship on that stage and have a game like that was absolutely unbelievable. Coach, final question. Is it too early to start talking about next season? Like, what does the team look like next year? Do you have a schedule and, you know, everything else?
Well, first of all, we're going back to the Throne out in New Jersey, New York. Leave out on the 26th, so about 10 days away. We're defending champions for that national championship, and so we're going back out there. We're going to play some tough teams and then enjoy it. And then Braden is going to have his McDonald's All-American game out there in the Barclays Center. Yeah. So, you know, some of us are going to stay out there and support him and cheer him on. And so that's going to be exciting. But, you know, for next year, we got some young and upcoming guys. You know, we got Cameron Anderson, who's a big-time freshman who's going to be coming back. We got Jackson Hagens, who was huge for us, a starter this year for us all year long, who hit some huge shots for us and played a big role on this team. And, you know, and he'll be back, and Christian Benjamin will be back. So those two will be our 2 seniors. And, you know, and then we got our JV team. We had a lot of good kids. We got got a couple kids who got some nice height on them. So we'll be a little bit bigger than we were this year. But they're going to have a lot of big shoes to fill. And they're going to have to come out ready to go, because we'll have a big target on our back. But we're going to be ready to play anybody and keep this rolling. And so I'm excited about the group that we got coming back, the young ones, and we'll see what happens. You know, we won't be afraid to play anybody. We're going to play in all the big stuff, and you know, we'll see what happens. And so, future's bright for Roosevelt High School, and I'm excited. But right now, we're just going to continue to enjoy this group and these guys, and just until we finish out this year. You know, so very excited.
Yeah, I was already looking to the future. I didn't know you were going back east. I knew about the McDonald's game, but I didn't know you guys were going back east still for that tournament. Yeah,
they invited us back. We're the defending champions. You know what I mean? We took out Columbus in the championship last year, and you know, they invited us back, which is a huge honor. And our boys are excited to go back there and be a part of it again. And you know, but this time we're going with some more hardware, you know, and some more, you know. But our boys will be ready and locked in, ready to play. But we'll take a few days to continue to enjoy this one, and then we'll get ready for that, and then, you know, and the rest of the things that we have going on, you know, over this time. And then this summer, by June, we'll be back at Section 7 and starting it all over. Not a lot of time, I guess you could say.
It's a long season, Coach. It's almost April, and you guys are still at it. So
true. But you know what? I'd rather us have a long season than a short one. So, yeah. You know, I love this feeling, and it feels great. And, you know, it's just been, like I keep saying, it's just been a tremendous, you know, ride and amazing season, and just really grateful. And, just proud of these young men and my coaches, man. I have a great coaching staff. I would love to say they do a great job. They work very hard, and they're very supportive of me. And in our admin and our school, too, is just they've been so supportive. So I want to shout out, thank you, everyone, Roosevelt fans, Roosevelt Mustangs, our alumni who come out, everybody who supported us here. I thank you so much for just, just supporting us and being there for us and cheering these boys on. So let's keep it going. So thank you too, Pep, always, man.
Well, you got it, Coach. That is Stephen Singleton. He's the head coach for the Roosevelt boys basketball team, your CIF Open Division state champions. And the season's not done yet, as you just heard, Coach. Congrats on the title, and best of luck for whatever's next. You guys aren't done yet, so.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Pep. Let's keep it rolling.
Inland Sports.
All right, thank you, Coach, for that interview breaking down the Mustang season. And I found out it's not over yet, the national tournament on the East Coast trying to defend their title. So that's awesome. Best of luck to Coach Singleton and the Mustangs. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to talk some high school baseball, check in with the Corona Panthers. Big series this week as they open up Big 8 League play against rival Norco. And some NFL news with Alexander Mattison and also our guy Cam Bynum out of Centennial High School. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show right after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco. #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and jackets. Boost performance training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. The Inland Sports Show is proud to partner with Dr. Marcus Paulson and Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Dr. Paulson and his team work with children, teens, and adults using orthodontic products like traditional braces and Invisalign to make a difference in the appearance, comfort, and function of each patient's teeth. Paulson Orthodontics welcomes new patients, so schedule a visit today. Paulson Orthodontics. We make braces fun.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down, see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
Is it important to have your kid on the A-team? Absolutely not. If you have some serious goals for your young athlete, don't forget to focus on the bigger picture. Instead of trying to get them on the A-team, focus on finding them a good coach. Coaches who attract the best players aren't always great developers, whereas a coach who can instill what your child needs to reach their potential, that's priceless. Boost man.
Hey everybody, Coach Andy Wise here. We're out at Corona High School. I got my man Pep Fernandez and my favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
All right, that was Corona skipper Andy Wise giving us a plug here on the Inland Sports Show. The Corona Panthers, your defending CIF Division I champions, and they're still undefeated. They haven't lost this season. They're 6-0. They open up Big 8 League play this week against Norco. And it was our, we'll call it the Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, but it was really a must-see series with the Cougars and Panthers playing 3 times this week. 2 games are already in the books. Corona won the first game 9-0, then they won the second game 4-0, so they've outscored Norco 13-0 in the first 2 games. They will go for the series sweep on Thursday at Norco. So Corona now 6-0 on the season, including those 2 wins against Norco. And they have outscored their opponents. See, they beat Los Osos 2-0, Ayala 5-0, Summit 5-0, La Mirada 10-1, Norco 9-0, and Norco again 4-0. So they've only given up 1 run through the first 6 games of the season. So if you thought Corona was great last year, they might be even better this season, which is scary, man. Andy Wise and the Panthers, they got it rolling. They've got a ton of talent, and they're winning a lot of ball games. And that was our Kin Sporting Goods must-see game, a.k.a. must-see series this week as they opened up Big 8 League action. All right, now let's talk some local football with our guy, Alexander Mattison. He has signed with the Miami Dolphins. After 1 season with the Las Vegas Raiders, Mattison will take his talents to South Beach and Miami to join the Dolphins. But even though he's he had to negotiate a new contract, and he's joining a new NFL team, and he was just on an ambassador trip to Mexico when he was still a member of the Raiders. He's got a lot going on. But with all that said, he still makes time to make sure he recognizes and gives back to the local community. So he's checking in with 2 more I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month. Just one of the many things Alex is doing here in San Bernardino and the local community. So Alex, without further ado, take it away. Unveil the next 2 I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month.
What's up, San Bernardino? It's Alexander Mattison here, running back at the Miami Dolphins, and I'm back with 2 more I Am Gifted Student Athletes of the Month for February of 2025. On the girls' side, we have Arroyo Valley girls basketball standout, Leanna Rodriguez. The Lady Hawks had their best season in years, and Rodriguez was a big reason why, leading the team in points by averaging 13 per game. Leanna and Arroyo Valley won a pair of playoff games to reach the CIF Southern Section Division 5A quarterfinals, and Leanna also carries a GPA of 3.8. Congratulations to you, Leanna. For the boys, it's Pacific Star wrestler Kamani Whittington. Kamani helped the Pirates to win a co-championship in the Mountain Valley League and also doubled up as an individual champion. Kamani was also recognized as the Mountain Valley League upper level weight class MVP and took 5th place at CIF Inland Division tournament. And he also qualified for the Masters meet to cap off an impressive junior season. Congratulations, Kamani. That's it for the I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month for February. I'll see you next time.
All right, congratulations to Leanna and Kamani, your I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month, representing the month of February. All right, and also, Alex, if you're following him on social media, which you should, he also has his I Am Gifted Foundation on social media. And what he's been doing is he's been going out to the schools in San Bernardino for the I Am Gifted athletes and presenting them the plaque that they win for being the winner of the month. And here is a recent visit as Alex went to, I think it was Indian Springs in this case, and San Gorgonio for 2 of the I Am Gifted Athletes of the Month. So check this out.
Yo, what's up? It's Alexander Mattison here, back again at Indian Springs High School this time, presenting 2 more I Am Gifted Student Athletes of the Month. Make sure, if you're an AD at one of the San Bernardino high schools, you continue to submit your submissions to have a potential I Am Gifted Athlete of the Month.
Nice to meet you. We have the I Am Gifted Student Athlete of the Month for you, and I want to congratulate you for winning that.
just let you know to continue to keep up the good work, keep your grades up, keep your drive going within your sport, and just continue to be the great person you are. You're welcome. I bet you guys thought that we were done. We are not. Alexander Mattison back again. We are presenting another I Am Gifted Student Athlete of the Month here at San Gregorio High School. Stay tuned. I don't know if you know, I am Alexander Mattison. I'm running back for Las Vegas Raiders, and also I have a foundation, the I'm Gifted Foundation. And what we're doing is we're trying to spread our love and spread our light throughout San Bernardino. I went to San Bernardino High School and graduated from there. So the schools in San Bernardino, we want to give the opportunity to shed some light and allow the kids, the student athletes that are doing an amazing job, to be recognized. And you are one of those students who we want to recognize with the I'm Gifted Student Athlete of the Month. And we just want to thank you for being a positive light to everyone around you. We've heard that you're an amazing student, you're an amazing teammate, you're a leader, and that you have a bright future. And I just want to make sure that we recognize that. Yeah, of course. It was nice meeting you. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. Keep up everything.
All right, good stuff from our guy, Alexander Mattison. All right, another one of our favorite local guys who made it big time to the NFL. That would be Cam Bynum out of Centennial High School. And Cam, like Alexander Mattison, drafted and played with the Minnesota Vikings, but now has gone to a new team. Cam Bynum is going to the Indianapolis Colts. 4 years, $60 million, $26 million, fully guaranteed, and he earned every single dollar. Cam is now one of the top defensive backs in the entire NFL. Plus, everybody loves him, man. Always has a smile on his face, enjoys living his best life, as he likes to say, just living a movie out there, and he really is. Here is Cam Bynum talking about joining the Indianapolis Colts.
Inland Sports.
Yeah, it's always been important since high school. That's something, obviously it's going viral now, but something I've always done, enjoying, especially on defense. It's hard to make plays, especially in this league. So when you do make a play and when you know that you put in so much work during the week, it's like, why wouldn't you take that time on Sunday? When you do something great, you have to celebrate it. So being on a defense, I think that you have to bring that energy to the whole team. And I think if the defense is having fun flying around and you're making plays, you have to celebrate. And you only celebrate if you're making plays. So it's like a two-way street. A lot of people think you're just dancing for no reason. But in reality, if you make a turnover, you get a turnover, you get a reason to have that fun. So I just think that it's something that brings an extra energy and extra light to this team that really is contagious to special teams, contagious to the offense, and that leads to wins. Because we all know the stat. If you take the ball away, you win the turnover margin, you win the game 9 times out of 10. So I think that's something that is a big deal when people don't think about it, but the energy of a team and the whole stadium, momentum is a real thing. So I think that creates that in itself. Versatility, leadership. I think just everybody sees all the celebrations, everything that goes viral in the media, but a lot of people don't see the work behind it. I pride myself on being one of the hardest workers in the room, putting in so much extra work, being a leader, leading by example, not a super rah-rah guy, but somebody that's always going to be consistent, being in the right spots on the field, but also off the field, being somebody that's really locked in the meeting room and keeping my head down focused during the week. It doesn't seem like it because obviously I'm really out there in the media on Sundays, but during the week, I'm locked in because I want to be able to earn those moments to be able to have fun on the field on Sunday. So I think me as a player, versatility, somebody that's consistent, being in the right spots, being able to cover, being a former corner, comfortable in space, and somebody that's just always going to be able to get the ball. First and foremost, it's always about the ball. You get graded, you get paid based off of how many times you can touch the ball and take the ball away, and that's something that I've been able to do in my career and something that I'm confident that I'm going to be able to do and lose defense here and be able to really just gel with the guys and be a leader in the secondary. Even though it's my first year here, I think that just the way that I'll come in here, just being humble first and foremost, and being able to learn from anybody and everybody, but also being able to bring the knowledge and the leadership that I have by setting the example of the way I work. I think that's my best attribute that I bring here, is that I'll set an example of how we should work and how we need to really just be focused on a day-to-day basis.
Inland Sports.
All right, congratulations to Cam Bynum, and he earned every cent. Can't wait to see him playing for the Indianapolis Colts. All right, when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, man, big news out of CBU. We're going to break down UCR versus Santa Clara and the NIT from last night. We're also going to hear from SBVC men's basketball coach Quincy Brewer as the Wolverines made a run all the way to the state's Final Four, and we're going to hear from March Madness legend Lamont Butler out of Riverside Poly High School as he tries to get the Kentucky Wildcats to a national championship game this season. We will be right back here on the Inland Sports Show after this. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Chick-fil-A in Yucaipa, right off the 10 freeway at Yucaipa Boulevard. Eat more chicken. And as the football season wraps up across Southern California, turn to Sanitation Solutions for comprehensive laundry and athletic equipment services. They can take care of your weekly uniform laundry and end-of-season equipment inventory. And if you'd like to promote your business or organization on the show, send us an email. Help us share the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire.
If you're the parent of a highly talented athlete, you need to manage that intensity, not feed it. Make sure they're not competing too often. Really be about academics first. Advocate quality practice while prioritizing rest. More importantly, place them around coaches and people who will empower them with the tools they can use beyond sports. Your boy, Boostman.
Sports.
One more NFL move, Patrick, I want to mention. This one hits real close to home. Cameron Bynum, the pride of Centennial High School in Corona, had a great year with the Minnesota Vikings. He's kind of social media famous, man. He loves doing all these videos and celebration dances and whatnot. He is signed with the Colts. 4 years, $60 million for our guy, Cam Bynum.
Right. And then so the Colts, what are they doing down there in Indianapolis? Signing Danny Dimes. Yeah, okay. My goodness. What's going on, right? Do they believe in Anthony Richardson or not? I don't know.
Yeah, because it sure sounds like Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, is not going into Indy to be the backup. He's going in to compete for the starting job. So, yeah, there's so much in play with these quarterbacks right now, man. All right, let's talk a little baseball. The regular season is almost here for the Dodgers. They'll open up against the Cubs in the Tokyo series next week, beginning on March 18th. And leading into that series, the skipper, Dave Roberts, getting a 4-year extension. We'll keep him the Dodgers manager through 2029. That's over just over $8 million per year. So on average per year, he's the highest paid manager in Major League Baseball now, and he earned it.
Yeah, and I mean, it worked out so great for him finally last year. I mean, he went from people calling for his head and all that ridiculousness. People also have no idea when you do have a team that is so talented. Talent is such a weird thing. When there's so much talent, it's not as easy as everyone thinks to make that talent all work together. And Dave Roberts did it. Do I have a soft spot for Dave Roberts? Yes, I do. I met him in spring training, and I cannot help it, but I am so happy for him. After they were calling for his head and wanted him to get fired, he should be extended. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I've been critical of him. Like, he's made some pitching changes and whatnot in the postseason, and I just kind of scratch my head. But at the end of the day, you're right, man. Just because you have a ton of talent doesn't mean anything. Ask the Mets, ask the Red Sox. Like, they've had teams where their payroll has been outrageous, and the Padres spent a ton of money, and they didn't get to a World Series. So it's more difficult than that. So he did earn it.
Inland Sports.
Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. That was me and Patrick in the morning on KCAL 96.7 FM, talking sports every Monday and Thursday morning. Again, that's KCAL 96.7 FM. Let's get to some big news that came out earlier today on Wednesday, that California Baptist University will be leaving the Western Athletic Conference in 2026. So not this upcoming year, but the year after. They're going to join the Big West, and they'll join the likes of UC Riverside, UC Irvine, UC Santa Barbara, all of those familiar Big West foes. And I mean, that's for pretty much everything. Basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, swim, cross country. Wrestling will stay in the Big 12 as of now, that's what we heard. But all those other sports, man, they are all moving to the Big West Conference. Not this upcoming year, but the year after in 2026. And here's a cool stat that I heard today, that the city of Riverside will be only the third city in the entire nation to have two Division I programs in the same conference. So it's Riverside with CBU and UC Riverside. It's Los Angeles with UCLA and USC. And it's Philadelphia with Temple University and LaSalle University. So pretty cool. There's not a lot of cities that can say they have two Division I programs in the same conference. So best of luck to CBU as they make the jump to the Big West Conference coming up for the 2026-2027 season. And it should, hopefully, obviously, it's going to be a rivalry, the Crosstown Showdown with UC Riverside, but it should make some natural rivals based on proximity with some of these other schools in Southern California. Remember, UC Davis and Hawaii will be moving out of the Big West. I believe they're both going to the Mountain West Conference. They both have football. So basically, all the schools will be in Southern California as of right now. We've heard, there's reports on social media that Utah Valley might be following CBU from the WAC to the Big West, so we'll be keeping tabs on that. But as of right now, it's official. As of today, CBU moving to the Big West Conference in 2026, and they will be taking on UC Riverside in the Crosstown Showdown, not once, but twice. If you're talking basketball, a home and home. Each team will have a home game. And speaking of UCR, the Highlanders had a great regular season. Third place in the Big West Conference during the regular season. They qualified for the NIT, which is just outside of March Madness. It's reserved for the best teams in the country that did not make the NCAA tournament. They go to the NIT, and that's where UCR was. But then they had a tough road trip in the first round of the NIT. Let's take you up to Santa Clara. The Highlanders taking on the Broncos on their home floor. Santa Clara out of the WCC. Nate Pickens led the way for UCR, dropping 16 points. But man, the Broncos had a hot shooting night on their home floor. They connected on 16 three-pointers, and UCR could not just keep pace with this hot shooting Broncos team. 101-62 would eventually be the final score in this one, as UCR comes up short on the road against Santa Clara, who's actually the second seed in their bracket. UCR was a 7 seed. So the Highlanders will finish their year at 21-13, but the fact that they were playing in the NIT is a big deal. So congratulations to head coach Mike Magpaio and the guys. Great year for UCR, but they do fall in the first round of the NIT. More college basketball as SBVC is coming off a great run trying to get to the state championship game, and they were one victory away from that. They made it to the state's Final Four. Another impeccable coaching job by head coach Quincy Brewer, the pride of JW North High School, doing it again at SBVC. The Wolverines reaching the state's Final Four. They played Fullerton, the number one seed in Southern California, on a neutral site at Mount Sac in the state semifinals, and they fell in that game. But a great year by the Wolverines to be in the hunt. From where they started to where they finished, man, it was a great turnaround season for SBVC. We've got a long interview with head coach Quincy Brewer coming up on Sports Weekly and IEMG, but here's a little bit as he talks about his Wolverines and the season.
Inland Sports.
Well, again, going into the season, I thought our team was going to end up around 25-3, 26-2. So I was not surprised at all. You know, it didn't surprise me at all. Literally, what the average fan doesn't realize is that coaching is a very tough profession, and there's so many things that go on behind the scenes that the average fan doesn't see. You know, as far as players being disciplined, as far as guys buying into your system, as far as players having disagreements on the court, there's a different component in coaching that most people don't see from a fan perspective that goes on. So, you know, granted, you may end up losing twice in conference to a team or 3 times in conference, but in those losses, you may learn a lot. So we learned from our 5 losses in the preseason and also in conference, which were games that we probably should have won. This is a very, very talented team. We're going to probably have 4 guys off of this team go Division One. So my expectation at the beginning of the season was to probably lose maybe 1 or 2 games. So I wasn't surprised to be in the Final Four, and I expected to be in the championship game. That was my expectation when I looked at the brackets in the playoffs. I looked at the teams that I was going to face, and I was very, very familiar with all of our opponents. So I expected to be, you know, playing on Sunday. And in fact, our hotel rooms were booked all the way to Sunday. So, you know, again, not being arrogant or conceited, but I wasn't surprised at all. I don't really get caught up into the, you know, media and the rankings. I don't even read the rankings throughout the year. And trust me, when I say that to you, I mean it with all my heart. I do not read the rankings. I do not read what anybody says about me, because what I believe in is what I believe in about myself and my team. And I see you guys practice every day, and this is that was a very, very talented team that was more than capable of winning a state championship. But you cannot go into a playoff game in a realm like that and have guys shoot the way that they shot in a game like that. It's impossible to win.
Coach, when you look at the season as a whole, how fun, how rewarding was it for you this season?
It was great. Seeing guys that couldn't function under pressure, seeing guys that couldn't execute earlier on in the season versus good teams to where they just couldn't beat anybody that was any good. And then to see them go on a roll and you know, just dominate 3 good teams. You know, they dominated 3 good teams in the playoffs. They went on the road to go play over at Sandero Canyon, beat them by 25 points, okay? They actually went over to go play at Mount Sac, beat them at home. And then they did a very good job versus the defending champion, let's see, West Valley College, on a big stage. So that growth right there, you know, seeing a team that couldn't function earlier on the year, that were very, very argumentative, very, very divisive, and to see them come together as a group, it was a great feeling.
Inland Sports.
All right, always good catching up with Coach Brewer, and you can check out our extended interview on Sports Weekly on IEMG this week. All right, and finally, March Madness is here. I have not filled out my brackets yet, but I will tell you my Final Four. I do know my Final Four. It's going to be Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee, and I've got Auburn going all the way. So we'll see. I'm usually wrong, but we'll see. But listen, if I don't have a favorite team in the tournament, but if I did have a rooting interest, it would be the Kentucky Wildcats, because our guy Lamont Butler, the pride of Riverside Poly High School, trying to get to the national championship game with the Wildcats. This is his 5th year of college basketball, and he's made March Madness all 5 years. And you'll remember a couple seasons ago, leading San Diego State to the national championship game after hitting that buzzer beater against Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. So Lamont Butler is a March Madness legend already, but he can add to his March Madness legacy if he can get Kentucky to the Final Four, or who knows, a national championship. So here is Lamont Butler.
Inland Sports.
Yeah, just be free, be yourself. I remember my high school coach, he just texted me this recently. He said, do the ordinary things in extraordinary circumstances. And that's going to be my message to everybody. Just be yourself, do all the small details that got us to this point that wins games. And you don't have to do anything extra. Just be yourself and just go out there trying to win. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling good, feeling a lot better than I was the last couple of days. Man, I'm just excited to go out there, have the opportunity to reach a Final Four and win that championship at Kentucky. So I'm really, really excited, and I can't wait to get out there. Yeah, just enjoy the moment, honestly. March Madness is something that we all dream of. So, not to be in a panic, just enjoy the moment, play free, play fun, play for each other. And that's gonna be my main messages to everybody for sure. One thing I'll say that's similar is like the bond that we have with each other. I feel like San Diego State that year, we had groups so close together. We played for a long time together, but we had a great bond. But in this short time here at Kentucky, we've really are brothers now. So I think that's really gonna take us far in this tournament. I mean, I was happy, of course. I mean, anytime you're able to play in the March Madness, I was happy. I've been blessed to play in this for my 5th year now. A lot of people can't say that, so definitely a blessing. But I'm just excited to go out there and show what we can do. I think it's just the win or go home. I don't want to go home, and I don't want to lose. And in March, it just brings the best out of everybody. And I think I just played my best basketball in March. I'm not trying to lose and trying to win every game. I just try to impact anyway.
Inland Sports.
All right, let's go, Lamont Butler. Maybe you'll have another magical moment during the madness this year, another game winner. I know he's coming back from a shoulder injury, so sounds like he's good to go, though. We'll see how far Kentucky can go in the NCAA tournament. All right, that's going to do it for this Inland Sports Show. A big thanks to everybody who hopped on. Stephen Singleton, Roosevelt boys basketball coach, your CIF Open Division state champions of the world. We also had Quincy Brewer from SBVC. Of course, you heard from Alexander Mattison as well, who is now the newest member of the Miami Dolphins. Pretty cool there. All right, give this video a like if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. That's fine, too. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And you can help support us share these awesome, positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire. That's going to do it for me. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next time on your favorite show. It's called the Inland Sports Show. We'll see you next time.